So anyways, this is one of these opportunities. In other words, here I've got a, you know, I've been informed by a law school class that basically the system is absolutely corrupt, which fits right in what this other attorney told me, that it's absolutely corrupt. And so what I need is something to test and document it with. And here it is. With a few documents that I recovered from Bonnie Sue Nicholson's trash. This is a past due notice, second notice, please remit payment promptly, thanks, from Dr. Clayton P. Silvers Incorporated, 3rd Avenue, Chula Vista office, and they're asking for $698.39. Second notice, Bonnie Sue Nicholson, living on North Parkway, okay, and it's dated 2/15/88. Now, the examination of the day of the accident, right here, Bonnie Sue Nicholson, 2/25/88. Okay, so exactly 10 days before said accident, the doctor has sent her, assuming a few days in the mail, so just before the accident, she gets this notice that she owes $698 all due. Okay, now it does say here payments $130.42, and she hasn't made that payment. Now also in this bag of goodies, as I described them, in her trash are a couple of trash from her trash on North Parkway. After they move, and by the way, I look in the window, the house is clean, so all that's left is garbage on the street. We also find a couple of collection agency notices. This one of Peter David Rubin, attorney at law, and this is dated November of '89. Now, as a result of the suit, which happens on February 25th of '88, I don't actually get served until almost exactly a year to the day later. Okay? Which would have made it February of '89. So previous to my being served, she has also received collection agency notices, both on behalf of, now this one actually says John Nicholson, Bonnie Sue Nicholson. This one says John Nicholson, Bonnie Sue Nicholson. Both of these are on behalf of Dr. Nicholas M. Gistro, and for dental work. Now this one here says amount due $735. This one says $735. So these are for the same thing, but she's getting multiple notices from different companies regarding her overdue payments. Yeah, but if it's important, I could stay here. What's this about? He says, well, I have some papers to deliver to you. And I says, papers? And I says, what's this regarding? And he says, well, apparently you're being sued by a Miss Bonnie Sue Nicholson. I says, yeah. I says, and what is she claiming? And he says, pain of the face, the head, the neck, the arms, the legs, you know, yeah. Major. So talking about the head, teeth, neck, and this is the original first complaint I get, right? And road, right in the middle of traffic, you know, rush hour, having just crossed a patch of water, hello. And I says, is the police department now in the business of serving papers? And he goes, yeah, we do that. I said, oh, okay. I says, what's your name? What did you say your name was? And he said, you know, Sergeant so-and-so. And I says, let me have your phone number. And he starts to give me some phone number, and then he hangs up. Okay. So it was just some server trying to make sure I'm home to serve me, right? Yeah. So I put my tape recorder, my memo recorder, on my answering machine on, and I immediately call her attorney, Berkowitz. Okay. And I get a hold of Nancy Spector, who's apparently actually handling the case for him. His office is like on Broadway, at the foot of Broadway. He's really an accountant attorney, you know, an accounts attorney. not like a personal injury attorney or whatever. So I call her up and I says, listen, I says, I'm recording this conversation here. Do you mind? She says, no. I says, I just want you to know that your client is conducting a fraud, which I can easily prove, and you are co-venturing in a fraud. And I suggest you go down to her chiropractor's office and ask to see the x-rays. Specifically, look at the x-rays. Because what I've discovered is, she's been receiving... Anyway, I call the attorney up and I go, had you successfully served me, or were you to successfully serve me, I will be countersuing you personally for fraud. And she's okay, thank you very much, Mr. Brayler. Boom, a couple days later, I get served. And I'm going, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. In other words, you've been informed that you're conducting a fraud. I told you where the evidence is. All you got to do is go over there and look at her back, and you're going to find out she's got scoliosis.
Actually, this is before my attorney quits. In her first response to discovery, I happened to be, during that time period, collecting the trash. And out of this trash, on the day that he furnishes discovery to my attorney, who has failed to ask for the x-rays and such, I collect this trash, and I get this gold mine of documents.
But anyway, on that date, 7/25 of '89, a year and 5 months after the accident, when they're finally about to provide this first discovery to my attorney, I just happened to collect these out of his trash. This is the record he provides for day of the accident, 2/25/88, same as the other. This is the one he provides for 5/19/88, same as the other. And this is a third one that he provides for 7/28/88, the same as the other. But the reason these documents are different from these documents is obvious. When he what he does is he fabricates 3 medical examination reports on these forms to replace the 3 that he has here. But he no longer has this format in his office, so he's now using a different format, this here. So he creates these fabrications. Now, what's especially incriminating about this is when you start comparing what is represented in this document versus this document. For instance, on the original document, it appears to have been taken in pencil, pencil, pencil. These marks here, pencil. This mark here, pencil. Okay? And then I believe we can show, because these indications in the neck area, in other words, everything I have in yellow here is materially, criminally different from this one here. So what he has done is he has taken 3 medical records which have been requested through discovery. My attorney conveniently failed to subpoena them because I was expecting this fraud, as in collecting the trash at the same time. And when you compare this to this, and let's start with this cervical area, because we're talking about an accident where the only thing they could possibly claim, the only part of the body that would possibly be subject to any damage whatsoever from this extremely light impact, as shown by the bumpers,